Good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. I hope y'all are all doing fantastic. What's going on, folks? AJ, the CEO here. We try and come here every Friday to try and answer your questions when it comes to media ministry. Folks, I don't know everything, but hopefully the little bit that I do know will make your journey a little bit easier. So I'm excited to be with y'all again. We had some tomfoolery going on. Got backed into my car. Thankfully, it wasn't anything major. It's just trying to deal with the insurance people to get the stuff fixed. Then Actually, my daughter called me the other day. Thank God it's actually okay. Somebody ran a red light and hit their bus from school. All the kids are okay. Yeah, it's look, take the time to tell people that you care about them, love on them. We already got issues with each other. We already know that. But look, as best as you possibly can, we just never know when anything's going to happen. So just let people know that you care about them. That drama that you having with them, if that person was gone tomorrow, would that drama matter? Anyway, that's my little morality stuff there for today. Something is going on with YouTube. So on the back end in the studio, the comments don't show up here. So I'm looking through vMix Social for everything. So just letting y'all know, if y'all are live streaming and your comments don't show up, I just noticed that this morning. So anyway, let's holler at some folks here. Parker, hey, good morning. Reverend Leroy, hello. I'm going to get to you in a second. Brother Rob, good morning. Darius, excited to be back in the Eat Missionary service. Darius, what's going on with you? Busy but balanced, like that name. Good morning. Anthony, good morning, sir. Mr. Clarence, good morning. Mike from Canada, hello. I may be planning a trip up there next year. Just be on the lookout, Mike. I will be contacting you. Holla at y'all. I'm gonna save that. Remind me of what I was gonna say. I'm gonna plan on doing next year. Bishop Michael, hey, good morning. Patrick from Texas, hello. We got Bruce from Texas. Hey, good morning. And that is an understatement, Mike. Tamara, hello. How are you doing? Dean, hello. Mitch Roy, hey, good morning. Pat Dog 35 from Alabama, hello. Patrick, and I attend Life Point Church of God, and I do the video side of things. Hey, well, welcome. Back to Bishop Michael. I desperately need assistance on how to connect our e-members in Zoom meetings this Sunday and getting audio through our X32. All right, we'll circle back to you on that one, sir. David, hey, good morning from Massachusetts. O'Neill, hello. Tangela, hey, good morning. Tranika, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Hey, good morning. I'll circle back to y'all's questions. Jerry, good morning. Michael Baldwin from Philly, hello. I was supposed to be there this weekend, but one of my friends got sick, so my trip to Philly this weekend in New York was canceled. So we're going to be here chilling at home, playing some Plucky Squire and Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. Daniel from Barcelona, Spain. Plan on going there too. Hello, good morning. I was messing with my I had Spanish, getting ready to say something. I was getting ready to say buenos dias, and then I said bonjour. I was like, no, that's French. AJ, get your languages straight. Pamela, good morning. Leverage your influence from Newport News down the street. Hello. Scott, good morning. Streets of Destiny. Hello. Hey, folks. So, little rules of the road here. If you have a question, fire it off with a Q at the beginning so it makes it jump out to me easily. If I do not get to your question, know that you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond to you. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, what are you doing? Go ahead and go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, and it is over 3,400 media ministries where we're all collaborating to try and help move everybody forward in knowledge. I don't have access to every piece of equipment there is, but somebody in the group is probably using that stuff, and if I've helped you in any way, here's an opportunity for you to help some other people across the aisle, across the state, across the country, across the world. So that's what it's about, us to come together. Don't share your church service in your live stream in the group unless you have a technical question about it. If you're just trying to share the word, put it somewhere else. It's not meant for that group. Also, if you go back and forth with me in emails, more than 4 emails, I would highly recommend you go ahead and just set up a consultation with me. That way I got a dedicated hour or plus time to help you out in any way, shape, or form. And also want to thank y'all so much. We are at 64,625 subscribers. We're a hop, skip, and a jump away. But I've promised with y'all all the way up to 250,000 subscribers. We're going to be doing a giveaway every 10,000. So we're close. We're close to under 5,000 to get there. And we're going to be doing 2 giveaways. It all depends. Actually, it's going to be, this next giveaway is going to be 2 $1,000 giveaways where it's a mini PC, a PTZ camera, and everything you need for a 1 camera install with the mini PC. Or we're going to be giving away 1 $2,000 bundle. We've given that away maybe 3 times so far. So that's what we got. If you want to enter in that, all you got to do is go to this link. It is also in the description. What else am I forgetting about? Let me see if this still works. I haven't used it in so long, so let's see if this works. We're going to do some news real quick. And no, that didn't. I need to update that. Anyway, we got some news stuff that's going on, folks. So let's bring it to y'all's attention. And I never brought the image over. AJ, that's ProPresenter. I meant to do that, but I didn't. So give me a second. I need to change my super source over to media. Can we use media 1? Yeah, there we go. So somebody asked me about this a while ago, folks. So guess what? We have the ATEM micro panel coming in. It should be here Monday. I had a client actually, and why did the ATEM software froze on me? There it goes. I don't know. That was strange. We had a client paid some bills. So yay. So we can go ahead and get some extra stuff over here so we can demo that. Somebody asked me about that. And hey, thankfully it came through. So we'll be able to, I ordered that actually last night. So it should be here Sunday or Monday. So we'll be doing a review on that. Also, want to do a quick little update and let you know that Blackmagic Design is doing some awesome stuff. If you haven't heard, ATEM software 9.6.2 that is coming soon is going to be able to support natively VISCA over IP and on VIF PTZs cameras. You will be able to control the camera through the ATEM. But before you get too excited, this is only for the ATEM Constellation and higher. So the ATEM Mini, all of them, it does not support it. The ATEM, the older ATEM Television Studio HD, it does not support that. It's the ATEM Constellation line and higher. So I'm actually really excited about that. Thank you, On Point Advertising and Design, PL. Hey, thank you for subscribing. That's on the, be on the lookout for that update if you have that equipment. Really excited about what that's going to make available. So now let's cut back over to ProPresenter. Just to let you know, folks, how we do the giveaways is by y'all supporting us through Patreon, through YouTube memberships, or buying gear from emissionarygear.com or my direct website, AJaytheCEO.com. That's where that funds go. So that money comes in, I splurge and spend it on y'all or buy equipment and stuff like that to demo it. So if you like some of the emissionary gear and all this stuff, I'm not rocking emissionary gear today. I am rocking my Vegeta. It's over 9,000 shirt today. But we do have some other gear. Need to get on there and make some new stuff there. But also want to take this moment and this platform to give your team a shout out. If you want to shout out your team, because y'all are doing some great stuff, go ahead and email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Make the subject my media team. Send me a picture of your media team, their names, and your ministry so I can use this platform to shout them out there. I'm gonna do a double dose here. We already did this. Scott sent me this one, and this was Oregon City Bible Chapel with Eli and Malachi. Malachi shared the same birthday as me, September 5th, from Oregon City, Oregon. So again, send out a picture so we can just shout them out, folks. Also, again, big thank you for all of those who are still continuing to buy my second book. First one is available on Amazon. Second one is there as well. So thank you so much. And if you got anything out of it, put it in the chat. Let me know what's jumping out to you. If I need some corrections, let me know as well too. We build off each other. Iron sharpeneth iron. So let me know. Also, if you did not know, unfortunately, the group vacation was canceled just based off of interest, as well as the cruise. I'm still going, but the group rates and all that other stuff, we weren't able to secure 8 rooms. So me and my daughter are still going. So if y'all want to go, the information is there. Y'all are welcome to come along, and you never know, we might bump into each other. But that's about it. So I think I've blabbed enough. Let's go ahead and fire away at some of these questions. And Reverend Leroy, I was prepared. I went and got some stuff out of my car based off of what you said with your second question. But let's go to your first one. Your first one was asking, is what plugin will work with Prism Live? The exact same one with OBS will work with it. So if it opens up, I'm waiting for it to open up on my side. Come on, you can do it. And there's an update. I will do that update later. Let me drag this over to the screen so you can see. All right, so how are we going to do this thing? So first, we're going to come up here and we got docs. All of this is exactly the same. We're just going to do a custom doc. And as you can see, I'm already using it. We already got it there. And if we come over here to our plugin, we need to still do a layer that supports that. So we already have the Bible one right there. It's turned on and it's locked. So if I come over here and just look at, Genesis 1. And let me turn that camera off, and there it goes. So the exact same first fruits one will work in Prism Live. You just got to make sure you follow the same steps, and you add a browser doc, which is what I did here, and then you add a browser source. All of the instructions are exactly the same, and that will work in there. So hope that works for you. Let's see. What else we got on here? Let's go to page 2. And this was the other one Reverend Leroy asked. Want to know, will phone with the Blackmagic app connect to the A10 Mini as a source? Yes, if you have it wired. So, for example, I had mine connected with a USB to HDMI dongle. Your phone has to support that. iPhone does it. So right now it is mirroring my display that just popped up. So if I cut over here, actually, let's go back over to the super source and let's set it to that so y'all can see. That is number 3. All right, so there you go. So there's my camera source. I have it plugged in, and you see my Chick-fil-A that I haven't eaten. Got it plugged into number 3 right there, the one with the UHD cable right there. And that's how we have everything set up. And the Blackmagic app is allowing this to show a clean HDMI out. Ooh, my fingernail was dirty. Ooh. Oh, there's barbecue sauce under there. Because I got to clean it. But yeah, there we go. So yes, it can work that way. I was embarrassed by my dirty fingernail. Clean that up. All right, let's see. I hope that helps you, sir. So yeah, you just have an HDMI cable, have the dongle, USB to HDMI, but make sure whatever camera you're using does support it, because the phone has to be able to pick up the adapter and output to HDMI first. The Blackmagic app by itself won't do it. You need to have something that can output as well too. So I hope that helps you. Let's minimize that. Let's close Prism Live. Patrick, have you tested the resilient streaming protocol with Resi? No, I have not. I don't have access to any of the Resi stuff. so I haven't had a chance to use that. When we need to use USB cellular modem hardware encoders always fail, so I'm skeptical that this will work any better. Yeah, I have not worked with that. When I hear about software and internet-based backups for helping your live stream, and the only way you can access them is with the internet, and there's no hardware on your side with a different protocol using cellular or anything like that, I don't know how in the world that's supposed to work. Because if you don't have internet access and you can't get to these services that are online, how in the world is that going to work? I don't know. That never made sense to me. Trinika, again, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Good morning. I just purchased an A10 Mini Pro, and I tried live streaming straight from it to Facebook, but the preview was choppy with green lines in it. I'm connected to the internet by Ethernet. All right, well, a couple of things. If you're seeing green in some way, shape, or form, first, well, let's go backwards. Let me make sure none of my stuff. All right, we're good here, so I can actually show this. So first, in the ATEM software, make sure that your streaming is not set to hyperdeck. This is more for recording. Play around with your streaming. What is your streaming set to? Is it high, medium, or low? Start off with low and see if that improves it. If you're seeing green lines, it's not 100%, but most of the time when I see green lines, when I've connected my stuff, is either that I'm sending a higher resolution than the ATEM can support. So like if I tried to, like this camera is a 4K camera right here. If I turned on 4K output, it would not work because the ATEM Mini Extreme that I'm using scales up to 1080p. It does not scale down to 1080p. So you're sending more data that it can handle. Other times I've seen green and stuff like that is in the same thing. I'm connecting a camera or something that cannot support the frame rate or the resolution. So again, I may be sending 4K to a monitor, or you're sending 1080p 60 to a monitor that can only support 1080i. It could be something like that. That's what I've noticed. But the first thing I would say, go here, change the stream to low, and see, does that still work? And do you get those issues? If not, then we got to revisit. What type of cameras and stuff do you have connected to your ATEM? And I will circle back when you answer that for me. Let's see. Daniel, do you think SDI cable plus SDI to HDMI converter is the best way to cover long distances of 130 feet? Yes and no. Yes, that works perfectly fine. But now that I've tested them and I use them in all my setups and installs, you can get 130 foot, 150 foot fiber optic HDMI cable, and you won't have to use a converter at all. So if we cut over here to the Amazons, so say we do 150 foot. And again, I've used these a bunch of times. That cable right there is going to be around like $67. And actually, if you take 8% off, it'll be cheaper than that. So you'll bring around what? Around like $62, $61. You could get something like that. And the reason I would go with this, because if you get and I'm not going to use Amazon because they mark them up. If I go to B&H Photo and I do a SDI to HDMI converter, it should be around $59 to $65. Excuse me. Yeah. So with a power supply, $69. If you get it, let me click on here, and I get one without a power supply. You can just use a regular USB cable, USB-C cable, and plug. You can get it for $59. With this, and that's not even including the extra HDMI cable and the SDI cable. If you do this, that's $59, and this is like $3 more. And then you don't need a converter at all. They're one direction, as you can see. One says source, one says display. You can't flip them around. That's what I would do instead for that distance, and then you can easily roll it up, put some Velcro zip ties on it, and you're good to go. That would be my suggestion. So let me put a link to this, and this is why I don't like why my chat is not working. HDMI. Fiber instead of tiger. How many people know where that's from? What reference is that? Fiber uppercut. See, I gave it away. What that would be. All right, so we got that there. That would be my suggestion. Dean says, you're with your 10-month-old and she likes your intro music. I turn the volume down. She starts crying. I turn it back. Awesome. Anthony, how can I pull the sound from the X32 to the streaming computer? Well, you got a couple of options. Which X32 is it? Mainly, you could install well, let's just go through the whole thing. So first, and I can't turn it on remotely, but, hold on, what is it? AJ, you're getting distracted. What is this? What is this? Oh, they made their own little microphones? Okay, we got to come back to that. Anyway, so we're going to go to our downloads. And first, you need to look up the X32. And what we want to do is install the audio drivers. And this is if you want to connect it over USB. Like the old school printer cable type that one end is like this and the other end looks like a house. You need one of those. You would plug that into the back of your X32 and then connect it to your computer. Then you need this audio driver. And what that will do is it will accept the audio in and out. And I need to make sure I remember where you said how to get from the X32. So yeah, you can hook up that cable. And then what you would do in the software, and I still have it on here. Once you install that, if you're trying to bring in audio that way, come on, X32 app, where are you at? There it goes. So when you have this connected and you have the computer connected over USB, it should show up as under your mic inputs on your computer. And then you just say, hey, my microphone or my audio in is going to be the X32. Normally by default, it says channels 1 and 2. Then you could select 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1 through 8. You would pick whatever. So for us, like on this board, if this was the X32 compact, you only have 8 outs. So if I go to routing, let's bring this over so you can actually see it. And you have your outs. See, right here it says 16 because I was connected to something. Don't worry about it. So normally 7 and 8 is going to be your main audio out. Right here, 3 and 4. So I'll just use this. This is from Antioch. So 3 and 4 is the main left and right. If I wanted that and I didn't want my own separate mix bus, you would go into the edit, the microphone input that's coming into your computer when the drivers are there, and we want to use the accept in channels 3 and 4 on the USB, and that will give us the mix from here. But if I wanted to do live stream, and that's a live stream mix that I have on the USB inside of OBS or whatever, because you're going to see all those groups. And can I do that? No, I can't, because I can't turn the X32 on remotely, so you can't see it. I was going to remote into Antioch and show you how to do it. But anyway, when you have the USB connected, like I said, you're going to have mic inputs 1 through 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, 8. So if this was your setup and 5 and 6 is just the live stream mix, I would pick 5 and 6, and that's going to bring you the mix into OBS or whatever app to do it. So I have a video that talks about that, Anthony, but if you need to, let me know. Shameless plug. They have not won. But I am back at Antioch playing for the Voices of Praise. This was the young adult choir that I played for. They only sing on 5th Sunday, so I'm only there 4 times, 4, sometimes 5 times out of the year. So next week, I was just surprised with that this week. So next week, I got to get ready for choir rehearsal at the same time. So I'll be there on 5th Sundays playing and, tearing up some stuff. You know how we do. But let me know, Anthony, if you need some help with that. I'm going to be at the church on choir rehearsal on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll be able to remote in and turn the system on and get you some help with that if need be. Um, yeah, Mike, I don't know what it is. That's the same going on this side. Something must be going on here. Um, she said you download the software straight from the site. Okay, and that's fine. What inputs are you plugging into the A10 Mini Pro? Is it a camera? Is it a computer? Let me know on that. Mike was saying, the Great White North will welcome you with open arms and have a parka waiting for you. Philip Paul, good morning. Creator for Fun. Hey, good morning. Did you get your book? Because I sent it right after you got it, so I appreciate that. Let's go to page number 1. All right, I already answered that. Christopher King, good morning. Back to Dean. Have you looked into the Blackmagic 2110 IP solution in any ministries yet? No, I have not. I wouldn't even offer that yet until I get my hands on it to play around with it. So I know its capabilities. Last thing I would want to do is promise that to somebody, and then I'm like, ooh, should have ran this type of cable in the wall instead and stuff like that. Rob Wilson, I have the A10 Mini with an Apple TV connected to it, bringing it into OBS, but the view in the screen is blurry. In the scene is blurry. That honestly, see that some people ask me how come I didn't use the Apple TV. I think that might be some of its encryption that's trying to make it blurry. So, because technically you could hook up any of this stuff here and just record it, and they need to get around that because that's how it used to be. Like you couldn't hook up a like if I hook my PlayStation up to this into my ATEM, I have to turn off protection, HDMI protection on the PlayStation to get video into the ATEM. But because if I tried to go into, I don't want to bring the whole thing down here, but if I tried to play YouTube or Disney Plus, technically you could play it and then hit record, and then you could actually just rip and record any of the movies on there. They don't like that. So that's why that's what my assumption is. That's what I would think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I'm thinking. And then your second part of your question, actually, I did have some dry fit shirts and I did have some polos. I need to remake them on the new website, but I will do that. I'll do some e-missionary ones. I've been meaning to do that as well, too, because, gets after me sometimes. I'm like, I should look more professional when I go out and about because I'm wearing my T-shirt that says e-missionary or something like that. But maybe a polo would make me look a little bit more professional, but I'll work on that. Leverage your influence. What if you are the pastor and the team? Hey, we've done that as well, too. Hey, I remember, I'm not a pastor, but I remember when I had to be the minister of music and play, sing, and run the cameras while I'm singing. I have an iPad changing the cameras right in front of me. So, hey, you're in good company with a whole lot of people. And you said polo. I just noticed that you said polo skirts, not polo shirts. Back to, the Streets of Destiny. I'm using Prism Lens. It seems Prism Lens requires internet besides Wi-Fi to connect. I don't know if it's trying to do some type of verification. I need to play around with that. I never shut my internet off when I was playing with Prism Live. I'll go back and revisit that to see if that's the case. I can't test it right now because it would kill my connection. The live stream would stop, but I'll work on that for you. I use Mix Effect to connect to my ATEM wirelessly, and when I used it for about 3 minutes, the Blackmagic video capture went black for about 30 minutes before turning back on. I've never experienced that, and I don't even have the Mix Effect to try and replicate that. Yeah, I don't. That's strange. I've never heard of that. I'll turn that over to the group if anybody else has used something like that. I personally have not, so I'm not 100% sure what could have caused that problem. leverage your influence again. In your opinion, which is the best streaming platform for churches? Just upgraded to a Mac Mini M2 and thinking about leveraging StreamYard. Well, it all depends. Um, Even StreamYard, um, Millen app, or any of those type that are apps, they really don't leverage your computer in any way for the most part, unless they've done an update. They don't leverage your computer because they're doing everything through your web browser. So the only thing your computer is really using is just to send that feed over to them. But StreamYard, it's nothing the matter with it. I like using StreamYard for folks that is brand new to streaming and they don't have an ATEM, they don't have a GoStream, they don't have anything like that. They're just using a camera in their computer. That is the easiest way because that has built in to stream to all the platforms. It has everything built in that's needed. When you want to start doing multi-cameras and all this other stuff, personally, I wouldn't use that for that. Once you start getting into those areas with multi-cameras like the ATEM, like I'm using, it has it built in. It all depends. What's the end goal? Are you planning? What's the long-term vision? Do you just want to do a one-camera solution? Do you want to be able to roll out to a team that's doing it? Especially if you like, again, I'm using the ATEM, I'm using vMix, and I'm a one-man show. I wish I had some other people running the stuff with me, but it's just me. So for me, I have my ATEM right here within reach, and let me actually pan down here. So for me, this is my command center. I got everything right here within arm's reach, especially my Diet Lemonade. So I'm switching and I'm doing all this other stuff here. Then I got my joystick right here. My sound is right off camera. You can't see it right there. I guess I should have used this one. So, I mean, you see the full suite of all the stuff that I got right here, and it's just me. Now, at a church, this really isn't probably realistic for you to do, especially if you're the pastor as well, too. So I think StreamYard is a good option, but my main question is, that's good for now, but where's your vision? Where are you going? What do you want to do from now? That would determine kind of like the platform that I would suggest. Back to Daniel. Any ideas about connecting 3 monitors on a Mac Mini 2? It all depends. I actually have this adapter. Y'all haven't seen the video on it yet. This is a new adapter from Aura that I'm reviewing. I had an issue with my laptop with it, but I need to connect this as well. But this gives you 2 HDMI outs, 1 display port, 2 USB 2s, a USB 3.0, an Ethernet cable, and you have memory card readers right here, micro and mini, and another USB 3.0. Technically, this should work. Actually, I should try and plug it up to my Mac and just see. Hold on one second. Let's see if this will work. Because with my laptop, it did not work. So now the main thing is, I don't have my portable monitor down here. I thought I had both of them. I'm actually using one here, one over here. So I don't have any way to plug this in right now. I will have to circle back on that. That might be a viable option. I did another video with their other adapter that they have that would give you 2 outputs. It's mainly dependent, does the GPU on the computer support that many monitors? That would be the main thing. Excuse me. So I have to check on that one. I'll circle back and test on that one to give you an answer for that. Dean, in AV in the hotels, I'm bringing an Apple TV with me to screen mirror iPhone or MacBooks, and the Apple TV is connected to the ATEM. Okay, cool. Back to Patrick. Have you ever streamed from the ATEM Mini or Mini Pro while tethered to a cell phone? Yes, I've done that multiple times when I was streaming football games when I didn't have any internet access except for through my phone. It worked fine. I had to scale it down on the I had to use streaming low, but yes, that worked very well for me. Let's see, page 2, page 1. Daniel, you are welcome. O'Neill, what is a good free recording USB software for the X32 to record all 32 channels? I don't know off the top of my head. I thought it will record. You would need USB. You need the USB recording out to support that. And since I'm not connected to anything, it doesn't even give me a recording option to look and see what. I have to circle back with you on that one. I need to be in front of a X32 to actually do that. So I'll circle back with you on that one. Send me an email to please remind me of that as well. Back to Patrick. Do you normally recommend having a separate mixer to control the live stream mix, front of house plus live stream and mixer, or do you just use one mixer for both? I use one mixer for both. Even with the analog ones, I leverage the aux and stuff like that. And I have headphones either into the ATEM or the computer that is getting the live stream so I can hear that mix. And then I can use the knobs on analog ones to adjust the audio going to an aux out. Or like at Antioch, the X32, I have that one mixer controlling both. The app is set up on the other computer near the live stream on the live streaming computer for somebody with headphones that's connected to their ATEM to hear the mix and adjust it. That's how I normally do it. Let's go over here. Philip Paul. How does the X32 count as a 40 channel in total? It's because of the aux inputs as well too. Because you got auxes. Well, let me just show you. So you got 32 channels here, 1 through 32 right here, right? Then you got 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and then you're not going to be able to split that, 39. What's the 40th one? So the auxes count for that, and I think the talk back that's on the back is the 40th one. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. But the 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 right here. Because I don't think you could actually split. Oh, but then there it is. Those are your totals right there. So if these were split, I don't know how that USB will work like that. But that's 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Those are your channels. All of those are coming from your auxes. That accounts for the other channels. So I hope that helps. Yeah. Carl Clark wants to know, what instrument do I play? Piano, organ, trombone, baritone, tuba. I have not played baritone since high school. I haven't played tuba since high school. Played trombone through middle school, high school, and college, and I played a little bit after that when we used to have a Christmas band at Antioch. But I have not played it in a minute. But yes, but mainly right now it's piano and organ for the choirs and all that other fun stuff. Back to Patrick. Why does it feel like my nose is congested? Maybe it's because this fan is on me. I asked about 2 versus 1 mixer because the house mix doesn't always want EQ and FX, and I thought you couldn't add FX and EQ to just your live stream. Yes, you actually can. I've been playing around with that myself, so I've been dabbling with that. So yes, you actually can add effects to that. It all depends on how much do you want going to the mix. So for example, here I'm on the house, and say on the pulpit, I want to actually add some effects. I will bring that mic up and see now I have effects on that one mic. Now, please tell me if I'm wrong with this. I mean, again, I'm learning this just like y'all are. So here on the live stream, see, I can come over here and on this mic, and then how much of the effects are going into. Wait a minute, I know, I think I'm doing something wrong because I know I was able to add that. I'm gonna have to circle back with you on that because I know I added effects in the house, but they weren't going to the live stream. I might need to. I think it's something to do with the buses. Let me see. Routing. So this is pre EQ. This is post fader. So you could do post EQ. No, I have to circle back with you on that one because I think you can. I think it's on how you set these. If you want that same type of EQ going there or the effects going there, I need to play around with that because I know somebody has added that on a live stream mix. I've heard it. That's why it made me want to start playing around with that. Good morning, Brian. How you doing, sir? Back to Creative for Fun. Yes, I did. Thank you so much. Been busy setting up the kids' ministries downstairs. Sweet. Back to Trinika. Saying I have one camera and one computer, and you have the I saw it in your other. It was a Lumix 4K. Yeah, a Lumix G85 wireless. I would make sure in the Lumix, make sure you have that the HDMI output set to 1080p by default, because I think my my Sony does the same thing. It outputs to 4K. I have to change it to output to 1080p and see if that will fix it. All right, back to Bishop Michael. Desperately need assistance on how to connect our e-members in Zoom meeting this Sunday and getting audio. So you want people online in Zoom, you want to be able to hear them in the house. Is that what you're saying? Let me know, and then we'll circle back on that. Dean, yes, thank you. That's the HDCP copy protection. That's what I've had to turn off when I play games. If I wanted to hook the stuff up, when I had my A10 Mini Pro, when I was using it upstairs to stream. And speaking of, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. I don't do it that much because I told you I've been busy. I really have not had a chance to play games like I normally would. But if you want to know, see, that was my original gaming channel. I only had 23 subscribers. That was like maybe me 15 times. But anyway, I mean, I was playing the Plucky Squire. As you can see, I have one view, no views, all this other fun stuff. The last game I played was 5 years ago. No, I actually played Astrobot. That's when I got the platinum. And I got the platinum for that. That was a very good game. So I started that live stream. Let's see that platinum go. This, yay, the golden bot, and then we got, where's it at? Oh, I didn't do it. I stopped the recording. Oh, I stopped the recording after I before I got the platinum. But anyway, that was a game me and my daughter have been enjoying. So when I have a break, that's what I try to do. So you have 3 cameras plus team is the goal. We also bought an A10 Mini Pro. Okay. Honestly, if you have that set up, depending on whatever graphics and all this other stuff that you used in your with your live stream, you could get away with doing everything with the A10 Mini Pro. If you want that to roll into the fact that you also have people in the sanctuary being able to see, this is where I would probably suggest going to an A10 Mini Extreme. But if you're not going to replicate anything inside the house that anybody needs to see, if you don't need to see the cameras, that will be fine. And I would let the A10 Mini Pro do the live streaming. And then you can have that fourth input, bring in a camera, then you can do your lower thirds and all this other stuff, all in the A10 Mini Pro. So I wouldn't think the StreamYard would be needed with that, but that's just my personal opinion. If you're trying to stream to multiple platforms, I would probably go away from StreamYard and do Restream and let the A10 Mini Pro live stream to Restream, and then Restream will go to all the platforms that you want at the same time, since the A10 by itself cannot stream to multiple platforms. And then a follow-up. Yeah, and overlays. Yeah. So if you have a computer plugged into input number 4, you would be able to do that with the A10 Mini Pro. Double deckers. Hey AJ, if feeding video into the A10 Mini Pro from an interlaced camcorder, would the A10 be able to deinterlace that to 5994 progressive, or would it be? It would be whatever you have the output set to. It will upscale to that. So if I cut back over here and we go to our general, see, it's gonna output to whatever you have here. So if you wanted to do 5994, you would just pick that, and that's what it's gonna upscale everything to. And that's what's gonna be ultimately what goes out. So yes, it would. Mr. Skilla, thank you for your service and inspiration. Hey, well, thank you. You have helped a lot of us get started and keep us running efficiently with your help. Hey, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Make sure you tell people in your media. That's why I do this. I mean, I know y'all are media, but if you're a pastor, please take a time to say thank you to your media folks. I mean, it is unfortunately, it's a thankless job sometimes, but I mean, people put the life and soul into the stuff to help move the ministry forward. So give them a shout out. That's why I want to do it with my platform as best as I can. Hey, AJ, is there any way to present our YouTube video ending where we can set the next video option and church logo in the middle? Is there any way to present our YouTube video ending where we can set the next video option and church logo in the middle? Yeah, that's what you would do at your end scene. You would have to do that after the fact, but that's why I like most of my videos. Like if you like, I'm gonna do it right now, but I'm not ending the live stream. So when I do this, I did that and I have my logo set to right about here. So when that's done, I go back and I add my subscribe and all that stuff, and I leave all that blank space so that I can put a reference to the next video, a good suggestion. I do that. So I've edited everything in my live stream so that it puts it in place. So I have the blank space. I have all that stuff in place to do that. So yes, you can make something as simple as that, and then right after the live stream is over, you go ahead and add that stuff. So that's what I've done. You can make that as an outro. You can make it as a single slide. So like, for example, and yes, I'm gonna talk bad about them. I have Antioch set up the same way, but nobody goes back there and edits that stuff because that's what I was doing. need to get some folks on there to get after that. So let me log in right here, and I'll show you kind of like how I have their stuff set up. And I have it done the exact same way. So if I go here into the OBS, so I have them with an ending, and actually this wasn't the same ending that I had. I had it to where it was a logo kind of the same way, so we can add the ending and next scenes and all this other stuff like that. Might need to change that, but oh well, I stand corrected. Need to go ahead and adjust that. I thought I had a different end scene so that it could actually do that. It's a good thing that when you set up all this other stuff, and the bad thing is no one's changed anything, but that's a good thing. No one's changed it. So I know exactly where everything still is. So that's the thanks ending. I thought I had a different ending scene to where we could do all that stuff. Oh, no. I know why. What I did with them is we actually embed an ending into that. It was, yeah, so this was the intro, outro. Oh, Mr. Charity, miss him. So normally, no, that was old too. Yeah, normally I made an ending kind of like how I just showed you for mine that actually did that, and it set it up so that I would go in the back end of YouTube and make those scenes. Man, why does it feel like I'm congested all of a sudden? But yes, but you can do that. Kevin, hey, good morning, AJ. What camera are you using currently? Right now, I'm using the Micro Cinema Camera 4K G2. What I was originally using was the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. This is what I used to use until about like 4 months ago, because this camera was really meant to replace that overhead camera. And I just hadn't, I just wasn't happy with the performance with it. So I don't know. So plus I was doing a review of this video because I had the original one. This was my original overhead one, but I couldn't control the zoom in out. I got this one because I could change the zoom and autofocus with that one, but it just didn't perform as well as I wanted to as an overhead camera. I might switch them back. I just don't know. But that's what I'm using right now. But this is what I was using for everything, and it's using the same sensor as the one that you're seeing right now. It's just smaller on my desk. I changed it out so I could actually see my stuff. My monitor was blocking it, so I couldn't really see everything. So that's why I went with that. I was hoping that wasn't a camera to fill. Back to Patrick. I have a 6RU case with a live streaming equipment. Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that. I want all the equipment wired just like those corporate network racks, super organized cables and mounts. Who would do that? I mean, honestly, that would honestly have to be an individual one. Especially, you would need to make it so tight up in there. That's why I use these. That's why originally I got these Monoprice. Making sure I don't unplug the wrong thing. These Monoprice super thin HDMI cables. I had like 1 foot ones. So when I had my 4U case, they were really, really tight and it didn't take up a lot of space. So I did that. And then I made custom Ethernet cables, short USB cables, all. So it was really, really tight inside of there. And then I wire wrapped them and used Velcro and had them stuck to the side of the case so it can get up out of the way and have plenty of breathing room in there. Rob, Mac Mini 2023 with the M2 chip supports up to 2 external monitors simultaneously based on the resolution and refresh rate. Okay, so it only supports 2. That stinks. I mean, that's personally why I had an issue with the Mac, because you can't add any more monitors, and I need more. And especially for ones that want to use the Mac for ProPresenter, if you want multiple outputs, you're going to have to use an external PCI device, or you're going to have to pay for the studio, which is like an arm and a leg, a kidney, and a couple of kneecaps. That's my personal opinion, but that's the reason why I go with the other ones. Daniel, you are welcome. And you said, but the M2 Pro chip supports up to 3, but still, that I ain't trying to be an Apple hater. I'm not. I just got an issue with why this stuff costs so daggone much. So if I look at here and I go with this Pro, and I want to, let's just say I ain't gonna buy one. Let's just humor and just talk about I could build a computer that's more powerful than this. Anyway, let's select this one. And is that the... Yeah, that's the M2 Pro. But I mean, even if it supported those monitors, you can't add any more. And you're going to have to use your USB for that, USB to Thunderbolt or whatever. Thunderbolt to a display adapter so you can get a monitor to do that. That's fine. But still, I just built a computer. Well, I'm building a computer for a church that they just hired me to do that. And I charged them the same amount. And they're going to have 5 outputs at the same amount with more memory, 32 gigs of memory, 24 cores, and the hard drive is double. I I just can't see putting that amount down. That's me personally. That's just me personally. And I can't open it up. I can't add anything. That's just me. MA16V3, I was waiting for you. It isn't free, but Reaper is super cheap for recording multiple channels from the X32. Thank you. Thank you. I need to look that up as well, too. And then he said, that's why I was thinking at first, but then when you said multi-channels, I was like, I don't know about that. Audacity used to work, but they got into a kerfuffle with some vendors, and now it doesn't. That stinks. Creative for Fun, kind of embarrassed to ask you this because I should know. Do I use OBS for streaming along with the ATEM Mini Pro to live stream, or I just press live button on the ATEM? Well, that's your choice. You could do either one. You can have the ATEM, like right now. My ATEM could be doing this stream right now, but I'm sending it out to vMix so that I can add all this special stuff. It all depends on the flow that you want. For simplicity, I set most people up to just do everything, and they just hit live on the ATEM Mini Pro, and then they're good to go. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But or you can send it off to OBS if you want to add some other stuff. So it's your choice. Ty, I want to add that AJaytheCEO is very good with his musical talent. Watched him during one of the Antioch services on YouTube not long ago. Hey, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, we try to do. I was going to play something I was doing. I'm getting ready to make my own mistake. Hey, look, I'm going to play the tracks for y'all of the songs that I'm going to teach next week. And I'm like, I don't have permission to play them. So, no, I can't do that. But thank you. I appreciate that. So actually going back to that, while I'm playing, most likely I'm going to have my Pixel tablet, and I'm going to be either controlling the graphics, the lyrics, or probably balancing the audio as well, too, and to get the mix and all the other stuff. So we put all this stuff into practice that we talk about. So the X32 Compact and Producer also count for 40 channels as well, too. Yes, they support 40 channels, but they don't have the channels physically on them. So just like with that, I mean, you only have 16 outs on the back of the board, but you can connect an S16 to it. That would give you the other 16 channels. Or like at Antioch, I have an S32 that sits in a rack in the front of the church. So I'm using 24 channels on the S32, but then I'm using 8 local on the back, so you can mix and match. So yes, it can control 32. It doesn't physically have 32 connections with that. The Producer and the Compact only have 16 ins and 8 outs. So you would need to connect a digital snake or another, and I hate the term like this, you would have to have another board and put it into master and slave mode, and then you could have those other connections. All right, Bishop Michael was saying, yes, he wants to be able to hear. So what you need to do with the X32 is 2 ways. You need to send the audio out, and you can actually do this over USB as well, too. When you have the drivers hooked up to your computer for the X32, connect it with a USB B cable, that's the house cable, plug that into the X32 and have the other end go into your computer. That is now going to allow you to receive audio, but then you can also route the audio from your computer to a channel on the board. I have a video talking about both of these. I can't do it since I don't physically have it here. But what you would do is, this is where you would want to have, and actually let me see if I can do it as best as I can here and kind of explain it. Just know the concept is that you're going to connect that stuff. You're going to connect your computer to the stuff. So and this is where I really think you need to have a mix bus. So let's see if, can I do this fresh? I'm trying to wipe out all of the stuff that I got here. No, it didn't do it. All right, so I'm going to try to do this as best as I can, explain this. Well, let's just make another one. So say I want to use mix bus number 12. So I'm going to say this is going to be for Zoom. And what color am I not using? I'll use that one. All right. So what we need to do is we're going to route our computer audio in. So say this is my PC, right? This is going to play back the audio from Zoom. So when you have all of this connected in Zoom, it's going to say, what is your output speaker? You're just going to say X. I forgot what it is. It's going to be called when you connect the computer with the X32. You're going to set the X32 as your output. Then it plugs into here. So now anybody talks in Zoom, it's going to show here. So when this plays, this is going to go to the main house. But for Zoom, this is mix bus number 12. We want to turn the computer audio down because if we copied the main, when the computer audio plays of people talking, it's just going to echo right back into everybody, and it's going to have a loop effect. So in the house, we want to be able to hear when people are talking from Zoom, the computer is connected. That's going to bring in the computer's audio. So when somebody talks on Zoom, they're going to be able to hear it in the house. But for our Zoom mix, we're going to say, no, I don't want the computer audio to loop back into the house because everybody on Zoom is still going to be able to hear anybody talking. We just need to be able to hear everybody else is talking in the sanctuary. So we don't need to include the PC audio going back into Zoom because that's going to give a loop back. And back to like what Anthony was saying, we're going to go to our outs and we'll go to our routing and we want to set number 12, mix bus number 12 to something. So where's my card? So the card, you could set it here. See, right now it's saying it's using your outs or 1 and 2. I don't want to do that. So the easier way I would do it, if you're not using one of these, so like right here, number 8, I'm not using. I would set that to number 12. I would set number 8 to number 12. So when I go into bringing in audio, and I'm not going to use exterior here, just say I'm using both of these. I would set 7 and 8 to the audio that's going to Zoom. You set that in the card on your computer, and Zoom is going to say, what is your mic? I would set it to mic as input X32, 7, and 8. So that audio that's going to Zoom, and I didn't mean to close that, the audio that's going to Zoom is only going to include everything except for the aux. And I think I must have opened 2 of these because it didn't change my setting. I hope that makes sense. Again, this is the reason why I guess I need to have one of these boards here so I can play around with it. But then that just gets overkill with everything I have here. And that's when we need some more space so we can do more stuff. But hopefully that helps. If you need more help than that, set up a consultation. If you're sitting in front of it and you're connected to it, we can set up something through there if need be. Just let me know. Send me an email if you need some help with that. Alex, good to be here after over a month of absence. AJ, you're always a blessing to us. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Pete, hello. MA16V3, for adding, removing effects when you're in live bus sends on fader, you can apply effects using the main effect fader. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. Dean, I need to do better on taking vacations. We work hard, but don't always play hard. How do you do it, man? I forced myself to take more vacations, to be quite honest. It started when Dee was working with me. She would schedule my stuff that every other month. It was 2 weeks. I didn't have anything planned. So like for me, my daughter's with me the first Saturday during the school years. She's with me the first weekend of every month for a whole week. So normally I don't book anything. I do everything locally then. And then other times I forcibly just book stuff to where it's like no one can do anything so I can get away. So I've had to force myself to do that. Like I'm trying to squeeze in another vacation in here sometime soon, maybe like October or November. I'm going to try and do that because right now I'm sore. Like I didn't do a video of it. I had to I remember I did the video of the ATEM constellation. That was for Abundant Life. A lightning storm messed up a whole bunch of stuff, and it fried a couple of cables and found out it actually fried the SDI video output on one of their cameras. So a couple of weeks ago before I went on vacation, I changed that stuff out, And then I had to run 2 new SDI cables, drilled a hole through the wall, ran it up on the roof, climbed out the window, got on the roof, threw it across the building, climbed on top of the roof, grabbed that, threw it across the other building, then ran it into a hole in the wall that I made into the sanctuary, climbed up in the sanctuary, pulled all those cables down, and ran it to their digital wall that I hung a new cable because that was the one that got burnt out, and then the other one was to the camera. So that's what I did yesterday, and I'm sore. Like my neck hurts, my back hurts, and I wanted to find somewhere. I just go somewhere to a hotel, even locally, that just has a hot tub, and I just want to lay in it for about like 6 hours. But I need some more vacation. You are welcome. You are welcome, and you are welcome. Anthony, yeah, the AVCAN controller, I have not. They've been out of stock, and they don't sell them separately anymore. I will tell you this. This is just Anthony. I have a project that's coming up that they want to do for PTZs, and the easier way for me to do that is to buy 2 of the bundles that come with the joystick. If that comes through, I'll sell you the joystick because it comes with 2 joysticks. If they're still not available, but just follow up with me. I'm still waiting for if I'm going through with that project or not. If they do, oh no, they actually got them up. Never mind. I don't have to do that. They actually got them on sale right now. They're back up now. So there you go, Anthony. Boom. They were out of stock for quite a while, but there you go. They're right there. So I will put a link. I'll put a link there so you can get directly to them. AV cans joystick. All right. Hope that helps you. Let's see. Pet Dog 35. Hey, let me turn this fan off. AJ, with Restream, if you set up a schedule in YouTube, will that still work? We're using live stream to broadcast to YouTube and Facebook, but now we are only on YouTube using OBS. With Restream, if we set up a schedule in YouTube, I mean, yeah, it will still work, but like I have this scheduled. But if I start early and I'm using the key, it's just going to fire it off. It's not going to automatically start at that time. So like these live streams are scheduled to start at 10:15, but I start them at 10 so that the show actually starts at 10:15. So when I start talking, it's actually at 10:15. So yeah, Facebook is a little bit different. If you schedule something, you try to stream to that, it won't release it to the public except for the time that you say. YouTube, if you just start streaming, it will just go. So I don't know if that answers your question. I hope it does. Hey, Dean, thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate it more than you have any idea. HS Audio. Hey, AJ. Hey, family. Can I be the owner of a unified network and not receive notifications? Yes. I have all of mine turned off. With all the unified stuff that I have notifications turned off for me, but it goes for everybody else. I just want the other admins to get them. Yeah, you would just turn it off under your profile. And it's profile specific, not system specific. Apple isn't the best. They just have the best marketing. I didn't say it. I ain't messing with y'all. MA16. See, I had this fan because there's so many lights and I'm hot. But I don't know. Something kind of funky right here. You can't use eGPUs with the Apple Silicon. Oh, that stinks. Apple will not allow external GPU functionality. You can use a deck link. No, the deck link didn't work with me, but those aren't generically addressable outputs, only with specific apps. Man, that stinks. Rob, the one good thing is you don't have to reboot Macs or get it. I ain't going back. Creative for fun. I want to add other stuff like presenters, so I'll have to use OBS correct. No, you don't have to. You can have presenter just sent out as another input going into your ATEM, just like I'm using Pro Presenter to do mine. So if I go here, not that one, like that's my Pro Presenter feed. So if I come here and that's going into my ATEM and I just change that over into whatever, like that, then, you know, we can always throw up a couple of scriptures or something. So where's it at? Let me do this as full screen instead. Where's that? There we go. You know, so I can always, and why is it splitting like that? That's strange. Hold on, I'm sorry. My presenter is messing up on how it's doing stuff. That's strange. You know, so I could always do that. And that's going through my input that's going into my ATEM. So yes, you don't need OBS for that. If you're using the First Fruits plugin, then yes, you would use OBS. But if you want to add presenter, just plug it into the HDMI into one and you will feed it in that way. Hogs and cattle. We have an iMac i7 Retina with a DisplayLink docking station. We're able to connect 2 extra monitors along with a projector with no issue. It also recognized the ATEM as an extra monitor. Sweet. But I think the i7, yeah, that's Intel. So I think that's the reason why I would say don't upgrade if you want to still keep that functionality. Back to Philip Paul. How can I set my logo in Daytime Mini Pro always on while running picture-in-picture mode? You need to set that as an upstream key and have it linked. So, for example, if I bring my other stuff over here, and we come over here. So let me bring in me logo. I don't think it's in the right position, but we just need the concept. So official logo. Why is that taking so long to open? My NAS. Come on now. My network stuff is starting to act up. All right, let's go back again. Official logo. That folder. Okay, now that's working. Let me do this layout first so I don't have to drag this all over the place. I'm going to do that. We don't need a background. Get rid of that. Let's bring our logo over, the transparent one. Let's resize it. I'll say I'll put it right there. And this is the beauty of if you're using Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and export this to my ATEM. And we're going to put that in number 9. So I'll export that. So that's number 9 now. So as you can see, there's my logo. So we're going to set that as number 2. And we're going to use an upstream key for that because that's going to be on top. That is going to be media number 2 with the key. So if I turn that on, there's my logo. And if I lock it now, if I switch back and it didn't do it, hold on. I need to stay on. Why? There it goes. Now it's on. That's strange. So now I can switch to all of different cameras and all this other stuff, and that logo. And how did it do that? I have it keyed there. All right, yeah, I don't set key. My apologies. You don't set key with it. So if I look here, see, I just have it on. If I have it keyed, that's going to lock it to this shot. So when I go away, it's not there. But when I go back, it is. So I turn this off, and now it should stay on any camera that I have that I go to. So that's how that would work. You just set it as an upstream key, only turn that key on, don't set it to this, and then it's going to stay up. So hopefully that helps you. And I just changed it so that I don't have to reposition it and all this other stuff. Yes, sir. That is mix minus that I do, but that's the manual way of doing it if you don't have a mix minus option on your there's no mix minus the way to do with the computer. So if you're sending all your audio over USB, you just need to be able to remove that from there. I don't think there's a mix minus that I'm aware of natively in the app for that. So Rod was saying, can you just mute the mic on the computer Zoom mix? Well, if you mute the mic, then you're not going to get anything coming in. Because your Zoom mic is actually the X32. So that's anybody in the sanctuary that's coming in. If you mute that, then they're not going to be able to hear anything at all. And you can't, you could mute your audio on your computer, and then you wouldn't have to do that at all. But again, if you mute your computer, then you're also muting the audio that's coming from Zoom. I hope that makes sense. Surrender to Jesus. Hello, AJ. What is your suggestion between Easy Worship and ProPresenter? It all depends on the functionality of what you want to do with it. ProPresenter has more stuff. Pretty much everything that everybody else is charging you for, ProPresenter has natively from day one when you get it. Easy Worship is okay. That's why I started with. Easy Worship cannot integrate with the deck links last time I used it. So it all depends on the functionality. You might not need all the bells and whistles that ProPresenter does. Easy Worship might work for you. So I really don't have, it's more specifically on which one you need and suits y'all's needs. MA16V3, if you need one but don't have the desk space, I had a rack mount. That's what I originally used to have when I was in the apartment. It was actually under the rack that's right here to my left. And I actually had it when I moved into here, and I actually sold it to a ministry. So, yes, I did have one, and I do have the space for it. I just don't want to pay for it right now. It's just another piece. Because if I got that, that's an extra mixer. I would do away with the Rodecaster, and I would go back to using that with everything, which ultimately I guess would be a good option. But that's one of those things I don't want to spend the money on it if I don't have to. Just like at your work, you have to plan some time away. Otherwise, agreed. Back to Philip Paul. Can I create a private Wi-Fi connection for the X32 to connect our iPad while using USB control to a PC, which is connected to the main internet, which I can control remotely? You could, but I would say, why would you want it to make it private? Why would you want to do it separate? You're introducing a bunch of stuff. Like at 31st Street, they had theirs set up the exact same way. I did away with that. Why make it private just for one person when you can just have it there, and it opens up the doors to where now with that Wi-Fi, you have to be relatively close to it when you can just hook it up to your regular network. There's no need to really make it separate or something like that. That's just my personal opinion. But yes, you can do that. Other people have. Let's see. AJ, with Restream, if you set up a schedule in YouTube, I think I already answered that. Bishop Michael again. Would it be the same setup for Zoom if you're using our live stream laptop that's connected to the A10 Mini Pro with the Scarlett 2i2? Somewhat, yes, it would be. You just have to change what the out is going to and all this other stuff. How is the out going to go? If you're using your laptop, you would just connect your laptops. Yeah, because the Scarlett is going to take audio in no, the Scarlett is only going to bring audio in. It should not show as an output If it is showing as an output, you just set the Scarlett as out. And it depends on which one you have, because I think the Scarlett will send audio out. Yeah, I mean, the concept is still the same. I just don't know off the top of my head. It's been a minute since I used the Scarlett 2i2. So I know it brings 2 channels of audio in. I don't know what the out is and how that would show up on the computer. But if it does do an out, it would be the exact same. Hey, you are welcome. Would power conditioners help with those lightning strikes? I think my ATEM HDMI port 2 on the extreme fell victim. Yes, I had surge protectors on all of them. And the good thing is that's the only thing that got fried. A surge protector is not going to protect everything. It's just going to suppress it hitting everything. If your building get hit straight by lightning, you're going to lose something. I don't care how many surge protectors you got on it. So it's more of just adding other stuff to it. So, I mean, that's why I don't know how many people y'all do this, but when you get a surge protector, there's a form that you can fill out that they will cover stuff that's damaged. Most people don't fill that out. But yes, that's what it's for. But I do normally put that stuff on all the stuff as well, too. C. McMillan, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Being a player. Good morning, bro. I'm looking to purchase a presentation computer from you, and I'm not sure about which configuration and extras that I may need. How can I communicate with you to be sure? Just email me at questions@ajhomes.com, and I will help you out, sir. I'm actually waiting for the parts to come in for a presentation computer that another church just bought from me. I'm waiting to see. That stuff's supposed to be here sometime soon. Let me see. Let's look and see when is this stuff. Yeah, all that stuff's supposed to be here today. So we're going to be building a computer. If you wanted to know, they wanted 4 display outputs. So we're doing a GeForce RTX 3060 12 gigabyte with 3 display ports and 1 HDMI out, a B650 gigabyte motherboard, a Ryzen 5 7600. Wait a minute. Did I order the wrong? I think I ordered the wrong processor. No, that's the right one. I was tripping for a second. I was like, did I order the wrong processor that don't fit this motherboard? What else? A 1 terabyte NVMe, 32 gigs of memory, yeah. So that's what I got for them because they wanted 4 display outs. And that was the 1300 for that. And that's mainly because of the GPU that goes, the external GPU to give you all the extra outputs. Because normally I would do a deck link, but if they're not using ProPresenter is the only one to use it. If you get a GPU that actually has multiple outputs, then it can support whichever direction you decide to go in. Let's see, where did we leave off at? Hey, you are welcome, no problem. I'm actually going to be in Washington, North Carolina for an on-site with a potential install. What day am I supposed to be down there? And I'm waiting to hear back from another church that I'm doing some work down there. I am supposed to be in North Carolina. That's the 19th of October. That's when I'm going to be down there. And I'm waiting to hear back from another church in Oxford, and then another one in North Carolina, waiting to hear back if they want to move forward with that. So I will let you know. Ty, PSA, for U.S. citizens, please vote in the upcoming elections this fall. Yes, please register to vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just use your right to vote. There's no point in having the right and then not using it. Let's skip a couple of them. Dean also says, also, Voice Meter is a great audio software I use with with Video Assistant Web Presenter. Sweet. Thank you. You are welcome. Instead of a dedicated Wi-Fi, there's VLAN setups that I let the X32 only communicate. That's another way I do that as well too, not with an extra router. What type of dual monitor stand am I using on my desk? Let's see. The one I am using, because mine has pistons so that I can adjust them. That is this one right here. Now I'll send a link here in the chat with that. I think I got mine like on a Prime Day or something like that. So it was a little marked down. Dual monitor mount. Let's see. Where are we at? Bishop Michael, you are welcome. Amo Reb TV. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. How can I set microphone to pick audio from a speaker? Please don't do that. If you're gonna do, can I speak a microphone to pick up audio from a speaker? What would be the distance? I personally would not do that. If anything, if you already have audio going into a speaker, I would just disconnect that. Most speakers have a loop out. I would do a direct connection from that speaker into what the microphone cable was going to be. But what's your setup? What's the reasoning of that? And what are you trying to do? What's coming out of the speaker? And I can kind of know what's there. Anthony, thank you for that. And Rob was saying, yeah, the APC surge protectors have a 10,000, I believe, for replacement cars. Sweet. All right, thank y'all all. We do. Hold on one second. Let me show you something. All right, so we got the other Ultra stuff, and again, thank y'all for the ones who was telling me about the, what is that, the ULC 294 code or something like that for door access stuff. I am looking into all of that. We do have the other stuff for TCF, so we have our Ultras here. We have the magnetic locks, and we have the emergency access exit. So this will be mounted so that an actual key can unlock it if there was any issues going into that. I also have a battery backup and all this other fun stuff. We're going to be installing that. And then I have the emergency access, the door exit buttons. It's just 3 little screws in there. You put a wire in there. So that's what we're going to be working on next week. I have to write up an instruction manual on how to use the ATEM. A client asked me to write that up. That's going to be kind of a long writing. I'm probably just going to copy some of the manuals for that. But I think that's mainly it. Hold on one second again. I'll just wait. I put all that stuff up. Also, we have the DJI Neo. I had bought it, but it looks like they don't ship until October. So I thought I was going to have it sooner. But we'll play around with that, see what we can use from type of B-roll and footage and stuff like that. Hold on a second. I think my package has been delivered. Hold on a second. This was an emergency PoE switch, PoE injector that I ordered overnight for a church. Comcast came and fixed something, and they removed the PoE injector. So now the access points at the church don't work. So they called me. So right after this, I have to go and install this to get their Wi-Fi back up. Like, I don't understand. This is just in general. Comcast, Verizon, anybody that works for this stuff, if you don't know this stuff, why are you touching stuff that you have no idea about? And then, I mean, they actually took the injector, and it is nowhere to be seen. And just the Wi-Fi stopped working. You know the guy did a bad job because they sent his supervisor over to the church to inspect what he did, because he also hooked up a whole bunch of junk, sold the church on a backup router in case the internet went down that was battery backed up, but that router wasn't connected into anything. I mean, just dumb stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know that's not right, but it was just dumb. Doing stuff you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, that's what I got to work on right after this. Do a last couple of ones here. As you can see, hold on before I do that. You see my this is still up because we kept that on the entire time. Back to Dean. AJ, that silver stand that you had, I think either camera or mic was mounted. Do you still have it? So what's the name of it? The silver stand that you had. The silver stand. I don't recall that one. You might need to point me to a video about that. I don't recall the silver one. I mean, I got that mic right there. I don't recall a silver stand. Sorry about that. Philip Paul, how do you place the mic for the keyboardist? I used to get bass feedback when they play bass. I used to get bass feedback when they play bass on the keyboard. I mean, are you using the mic for the keyboardist to sing, or are you setting the mic up so it can pick up the keyboard playing? Which one? Is this Unify setup parts of the Chicago site? No, not yet, but I will be using those for the Chicago one as well, too. Kirk, hey, man, how you doing? Excellent work as always, AJ. Keep it up. Hey, thank you. Kirk if this is the same Kirk, this is Kirk married to my friend Elizabeth I grew up with out of Lynchburg. So, hey, good to see you, man. Hope y'all are all doing well as well, too. What color... I didn't bring it up. What colored lights are you using in the background? Those are some RGB near lights. Let me see, because I don't remember them. The exact ones. They are the near RGB LED light stick. That is what I'm using. I have 2 of these sitting on the floor behind me, and I can color correct them and change the color on an app that's on my phone. And I got them when they were on sale for like $50 each. So yes, that's what I added behind me. All right, and the last 2. Yeah, that's what I forgot to cover as well too, Rob. Thank you for that. That the Unify Protect 5.0 will be able to use non-Unify cameras. So at Antioch, they wanted to add new cameras because the people who did their camera stuff installed were a bunch of idiots, and they installed cameras everywhere except for inside the building, so you can't see what's going on. So we're gonna fix that, but I'm gonna put the NVR there and use the Unify stuff to be able to bridge to those cameras and add some new cameras. So yes, I do like that. I can't wait for that to come out. I have the same issues with those internet vendors changing stuff and adding stuff that's not needed. Exactly. Philip Paul is saying he has the mic for the keyboardist to sing. Honestly, it depends on the type of mic. You would just want to probably play around with the gain so that it's not too much, that the envelope for the mic that it's picking up is not too big to hit the speakers or anything like that. That's what normally I would do. Awesome, and that is Kirk. So yeah, thank you. Hey, again, thanks, man. I need to go back to Lynchburg just to holler at some folks, holler at y'all. Tag Producer, love your content, man. I don't know if it's possible. Can you get a video on how you sound check after an install? I'm still working on that because I have musicians that think they are greater and better than sound check, and they are so gifted musically that they don't need a sound check, which is a lie from the depths of hell. I'm working on that. I really am. But hey, folks, thank you so much. Want to give a big shout out to my Patreon and YouTube members. If you like what we're doing here, folks, you can go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO and become a patron, or you can click the join button down below. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train media ministries all over the world. I couldn't do this without them. A bunch of them are on this live stream, and a bunch have been supporting me over the years. So, again, I want to give a big thank you to all of them, because I wouldn't be able to do this without them. Again, I haven't received brand deals, so we don't have any brand deals. All of this is coming from the contributions that they make, and then all the other work that I do for my websites and all this other stuff and the merch. That's what I pour right back into this. So some of the stuff like the Ori and some of the AV cans and Famako, sometimes they send me cameras and stuff, but everything else, most of the stuff, this is me buying this stuff out of my pocket so I can answer y'all's questions, so that way y'all can get y'all's questions answered and you don't have to worry about making a bad purchase. So that's what it is. And if no one's ever told you, folks, thank you for what you are doing. I really do mean that. And it sounds like it's cliched. I had somebody repeat what I'm saying, but I think they were saying it in jest. But honestly, I've had some good days. I've had some hills. I ain't gonna go into that. But look, it's been rough doing stuff. And I say, when y'all are saying thank you, y'all don't know how much that means. Because, even the last couple of weeks, I've been sitting here thinking, it's almost like there's an episode of Batman, the animated series. He's sitting down being depressed, and Alfred comes in. He's like, Master Bruce, what's the matter? He was like, Alfred, I don't even think I'm making a difference. And he was like, well, what do you mean, Master Bruce? You've helped out so many people. He was like, no matter what I do, it just seems like, it's not going anywhere. And honestly, that's how I felt the last couple of weeks. I'm like, helping, but then just struggling with so much other stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should just give up with what I'm doing. And that's why I'm saying y'all don't know how much it means for y'all to say that the stuff that I do really helps. Because that's why I say it to y'all. Let people know in your media ministry that you appreciate them. Give me an opportunity to let them be shout out and thank them for all the stuff they're doing, because you don't know what people are going through. And that pat on the back might be the thing that gets them through. You just never know. Especially with me, I'm dealing with so many churches, and y'all have heard me say this. I love God's people, but sometimes church people just get on my nerves, and they wear you out, and it makes you sometimes question, are you doing the right thing? Should I keep doing this? I've had people in the last couple of weeks talking about they wanted to quit media. They wanted to do the stuff because it just got frustrating. So hopefully you can get some encouragement that I can do to help you in some way, shape, or form, and just know I'm there with you. I'm going through it. I'm still going through it. I've been out of it. It's constant. You would think what I'm doing, everybody be head over heels. I have people thinking I'm sabotaging them, thinking I'm trying to manipulate, think I'm trying to steal money from them, when they don't realize most of the time I undersell myself. But anyway, thank y'all for what you're doing. I really do mean that. If you weren't here, something would be missing. You're meant to be where you're at. Thank you for so much to what you're doing. I hope what I'm doing is helping you move forward and you learn more. Whatever you learn from me, please share it with other people. That's how we can share and change the whole world. It's not meant for me or you to reach the entire world. It's for us to work with each other. I'm not in competition with you. I'm here to compliment you. And please take that same approach. Doesn't matter what your denomination is. If we're all about sharing the message of Jesus Christ, help. And guess what? Help those that even they don't believe what you believe. If they don't believe in Jesus or whatever, hey, that's what we're called to do. We're not called to just help people that are like us. We're called to help anyone. So anyway, I hope what I do helps. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is, folks. And we'll be seeing y'all on the next video. Later.